Hi everyone, I'm Mike, Falco's Flips. I'm a reseller based in Northwest England. I'm still fairly new to making videos and I just wanted to try a few different formats and see what viewers like the most. So I've kind of ditched the music on this video and instead I'm going to be kind of talking you through what's happening. Thought I'd give that a go, see what you think, let me know in the comments below. Hey guys, so it's Wednesday, just outside the charity shop now, so let's have a look, see what we can find in this one. Here we are going into the first charity shop of the day. So I come to these charity shops every lunchtime, Monday to Friday, or I was doing before lockdown anyhow. You start to notice, what's new, what's been there for a while, and the new things kind of stick out. There we have a Buzz Lightyear that was, it was a decent one, but you want the one with the chrome utility belt, or just the utility belt in general. But the chrome utility belt is particularly good. I just thought I'd have a look at the Halloween costumes. This was just before Halloween. I actually ended up getting my son the mummy outfit, that one right there. And yep, he loved that. But you can find things like Halloween costumes you can do well with, as long as you pick them up at the right price. I think all these outfits were about £3. So right here we have a Panasonic VCR that I picked up. It was a good one. It's it was in really, really good condition. It came with its remote and instructions, and it's sold. It took me a while to get it listed because obviously I have to test it. I tend to kind of keep these things for a while until I get a few and then test them all together. So that's what I did, and as soon as I had listed it, it sold pretty quickly for good money. I think it was about £80 thereabouts. It was not far off 100. It was a good price. Yeah, I only paid £6 for it. Obviously, you take a bit of a risk with these things. You got to test them. It takes a bit of time to do so, but they're still worth picking up. I picked up this one, and I think a few weeks previous to this, I picked up a VCR DVD combo, which I fully tested, and that was really good. So here I go into charity shop number 2. Always have a good look outside this one because they have some good stuff sometimes. This bowl was pretty good. It's a Rayware brand one. It's the fruit design, which is really popular. But this bowl, it was just a bit too rough around the edges. A few chips, bit of crazing. Just a little bit too much for me to pick it up. The bread bins in that style go really, really well. So keep an eye out for them. And I like to have a good look at the glassware around in here and the ceramics. There's ceramics just over to the left, kind of like in the window that I always look at. There's sometimes some good things there. And here, this shelf here always has some really good stuff on. They tend to put like the best stuff here. Sometimes it's hidden. You have to kind of delve through into the back and have a good rummage through and see what you can find. Picked up loads of good stuff from here. The baby haul, if you go back a few videos, if you've not seen it, one of my earlier videos, I picked up a load of baby stuff, spent like £150, £60 over 2 or 3 occasions, and made some really good money on that stuff. I mean, there's stuff here. You got there's a load of toothbrushes you might be able to see there. They were only like £1 or £2. There was profit in them, but just not enough. It wouldn't go as a large letter. It would go as a small parcel. It's just a lot of this stuff is just slightly out of range to make a good profit on it. But it all depends, what you're happy with. If you're happy making £3 or £4 per item, then you could get this stuff and make a bit of a profit on it. And here I was looking at the books. I took a sit down on the floor and I had a really good look through these books. I do that quite often. Right here we have some hair straighteners, some Grundig hair straighteners. Now we will get to them in just a moment. I didn't see them first time round, but I do see them a little bit later on. So having a good look at the board games and games in general, the toys, they have some pretty good stuff usually on these shelves. I picked up some right good stuff from here. I got an Imaginext there. This is a rarer Imaginext set. No figures, but I always have spare figures. You can usually pick up the figures from like car boot sales or charity shops. Just have a look, have a delve into like the boxes and stuff, and you usually end up finding a few in there. Doesn't have to be the same thing either. Like, you might get a Batman set, but you don't have to put Batman with it. You could put another Batman character, or you could put something completely unrelated. Still does well. Obviously declare it when you list it. Just having a little go on this pinball machine, why not? Wasn't worth any money, unfortunately. Some of the old ones that are usually metal from like the 70s and 80s, look out for them. I've never found one, but I used to have one when I was a kid, and it was a Batman one. Good money in them. If you find them in the box and stuff, yeah, really good. I'm on about like tabletop ones, small ones, the kind of thing you'd get given as a present at Christmas, not like, the big kind of floor standing one. So I found another Imaginext set there. This one, not as good. I wouldn't pick it up again. It was only £2, but even so, there's not much money in that particular one, which is rare. Usually they're pretty good. Not very often. They're not worth more. Usually they're always worth at least 10 to 15 at least. This one is only worth about 10, and it's quite large. Whereas the other little one I got is sold for about 18, 20, I think. I paid £2 for that as well. This is one of the workers, and he saw that I had some toys, and he was like, we've just had a load of toys come in. He brought out a big bin bag full of them. Now, there was nothing in there that was any good, but, they could have been. And here we go. I'm picking up the hair straighteners right there. I'm just asking him, do you have any more? Not expecting him to say yes, but he did. He did have some more. Okay, so over to me talking about what I've just bought and a little bit of general information about kind of toys, selling toys on eBay. And I thought somebody might be interested in this. I've cut it down quite heavily because I was talking for ages about this, and I know not everybody's going to want to hear me going on for half an hour about toys and stuff. So I've cut it down. It's still about 10-15 minutes of me talking about this stuff, so I hope that's okay. And then I'll be back in a moment at the end of the video. Hey guys, so I don't know how much of that you saw, but just when I think I can't find any more good stuff, and then it just like appears. Madness. I don't know, like, I'm sure I'm finding a lot more like this year, and especially like the last 3 or 4 months, than I ever have before. Maybe the more you're doing it, the more you know what to pick up. Maybe some of it is down to that, but I definitely feel like I'm picking up more stuff now than I ever have before. Maybe more people have had clear outs, and I don't know. I don't know if there's any reason or whatever, but I keep getting some really good stuff, so I'm not complaining. This is fantastic. It doesn't always go like this. Like, since I've been doing videos, I've done I've done particularly well since I've started doing videos. It's not always that good. Sometimes there's weeks where I don't get anything. Like, it's rare, but there are sometimes weeks, or at least 5 days, so like during the week, and I don't get anything, or I might get like 1 or 2 items, and they're like low value items. So this does not happen all the time. Hopefully this is like the new normal, because if it is, then absolutely brilliant. We have these Biker Mice from Mars books, 1 to 6. Now I don't know if that's like the full set or whatever. I didn't even look these up. I mean, it's Biker Mice from Mars. They're from 1994. I don't think they're like the original ones. It says like they've been kind of published 3 times or something. I don't know, but yeah, 6 of them. I know people like Biker Mice from Mars. It was around when I was a kid, and they're in pretty good condition. So I got 6 of them, paid 10p each, so I paid 60p. And I got a couple of books for my kids, a couple of Christmas present bits, a random packet of 20p crisps. I got those 2 Imaginext things, which were, well, I've paid a slightly better price for everything. And you know what, he was going to do me like a really good price on what I got, but I mean, some may say this is a mistake, and it probably is, but I do think that at £10 each for these, at £10 each, that is a really good price. I think there's 7 of them. Was it 7 or was it 9? I think it's 7. Let me think. How much? No, it must have been 9 from what he's charged me. Yeah, there must be 9 of these. Now they're brand new sealed. Everyone is brand new sealed, and £10 each. So the prices are a little bit unclear, to be honest, but for 10 quid each, brand new, I mean, coming up to Christmas and everything, these were all donated to Salvation Army by the same company. They've got these, they've got microwaves, they've got kettles and other things. I can't think, large electrical items anyway, and to be honest, I didn't really want to mess with big things like that. I definitely could have made a profit with the microwaves and the other stuff they've got, and they've got loads of them. So they're going to do brilliantly selling them. Fantastic. Like, somebody's managed to get 70 quid for them, free postage. Only one listing though. There were a couple of others, or 2 or 3 others, where they'd got about 25, 30. I think one of them was pre-owned, one of them was new other. So I'm guessing like open but new. So I mean, even if they went for 20 quid each, I mean, I'd hope they'd go for a bit more than 20 quid each, but even if they went for 20 quid each, we've made a decent profit there. You know, the small, the lightweight, they're going to go as a Royal Mail small parcel at £2.95 to send out. Do you know what I mean? Like, the microwaves and stuff, loads of room to store them. Risk, you know, more risky, although they're not like fragile and stuff as such, but more risky sending them on couriers and stuff. These, the lightweight, the small, and they're kind of giftable as well, aren't they? Because obviously we've got Christmas coming up, and they're giftable. But yeah, he did me a slightly better price, not a lot. He was going to do me, I think, a lot better price, but do you know, I've had such good stuff from this place, and he always, you know, does me a good deal. Sometimes you just have to pay up a little bit. I think that's just the fair thing to do. You know, I'm still going to make a good profit. They're going to get more money for the charity. Everyone's winning. You know, I can put these out at a reasonable price to somebody out there on eBay. I'm not going to, you know, they're not going to be right at the top of the market. I'm going to price them fairly to ship, and, you know, just get rid of them pre-Christmas or on the run up to Christmas. So that's the plan. So I'm massively happy. There were only, I think there were 3, you'll probably see in the video, but there were 3 on the shelf, and I asked him, did he have any more, and then he brings out a box full of, well, partially full of more. So just ask, you know, if you see a good deal, just ask if they got any more. And same with the Imaginext. I got the Imaginext, the small Imaginext set, which he was going to do for 2 quid, and then he saw that I had that, and I had another Imaginext set, and then he went into the back and he got, like, he brought a bag out of other toys. Now, none of them were any good, but that's not the point. You know, there could have been something amazing in there. There wasn't, but there could have been. I've not really gone into this before, but I don't necessarily tell people I'm a reseller unless they ask, or unless they say, you know, if they say to me, oh, well, you know, what you're going to do with them or something, I'll just tell them straight. I'll say, right, I'm a reseller, sell on eBay. And that's what happened at the little charity shop I go to, where I got all the baby stuff. I think I think most people know, if you're going in and you're buying like 9 packs of these, they know what you're doing. You're not giving them out to friends and family for Christmas, are you? You're buying them to sell on, and you know, it's pretty obvious. But at the small charity shop I went to, got all the baby stuff. The volunteer lady there, not the one who runs it, but there's a volunteer who comes in. Should we call her the egg and flowers lady? Should we call her that? I don't think she would enjoy that, but she's the one who brought in the eggs and the flowers that they were getting rid of at the supermarket. So I got some eggs and flowers. the small charity shop where I got all the baby stuff from. So she asked me, she was like, oh, you know, what are you going to do with all this? I think she might have said, are you going to sell it like at a car boot or flea market or something? She said something like that, are you going to sell it somewhere? But she didn't say eBay or online or anything. And I was like, yeah, I sell on eBay. And yeah, that was it. So they know that. And you know, sometimes I think that people might treat you differently, knowing that, if anything, it was gone the opposite way, and I would say they're a bit more friendly with me now. Not that they were ever not friendly, but I'd say, and again, I don't think they save me stuff, but when I come in and there's stuff that they think I might like, they will point me in the right direction, and they always do me, you know, a good deal. And that was the other thing, like, so here I could have got this stuff for a bit cheaper, but you know, on this one I think it's a fair price, and I didn't want them to come down too much. At the smaller charity shop, there's been a couple of times recently where I bought stuff in bulk, not the baby stuff but other things, and I could have said, you know, can you do me a bit of a deal, but I've just not said anything, because sometimes, you know, a fair price is a fair price. You know, they're making good money for the charity. I'm gonna make a profit once all said and done. So that's how it is. That's how I think about it. Some people would be like, well, no, you know, on a business is business and everything, you know, if you can get it cheaper, you get it cheaper, and I totally understand that. But you know, when it's a fair price, it's a fair price, everyone wins, and you know, hopefully next time they get some good stuff in, they'll remember me, maybe save me something now and again. Don't expect them to, and I'm not doing this or paying full price to it, you know, so that they do things like that. I just think it's the right thing to do. Yeah, this is just great. It really is. The fact that these are brand new sealed and they're from a shop like this, that, you know, if there were any issues, I know they would take them back. I'm sure there won't be. I mean, they're brand new sealed and they've come from a reputable supplier. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Those Imaginext will go well. They're larger ones. Do you know, I was looking in the Smith's toy catalogue yesterday. They delivered it through my door day before. It was the Christmas one. And firstly, I wanted to kind of just mention, do you know, like on the Smith's toy, do you know on the front of the catalogue they have all the toys? I wonder how much those companies pay to get their toy on the front of that catalogue. I bet, I wouldn't even like to think. I'm pretty sure that they will be paying something to get it on there. I mean, I could be wrong, because like you got to think, well, it's in Smith's Toys' best interest, or any company's best interest, to put what they think is going to be the most profitable items on the front of the catalogue. But I reckon these big toy manufacturers probably pay a fair bit to get their toys front and centre on the front design on the catalogue. But the other thing was, I was looking through toys, and I definitely recommend anybody who's selling toys on eBay, have a look through these catalogues, because you get a good idea of how much things are worth. There's been many times before I've seen stuff out and about, and I thought, that looks pretty cool, I bet that's worth a bit of money. And then I remember back to looking at the Smith's catalogue, and I think, actually no, it's only worth like £10 new or something like that, and you know, they're after £5 for it in the charity shop. It's things like that. Obviously look things up as much as you can, but if you kind of look at these catalogues or online, you know, don't need the catalogue, or have a look online on the website and just have a look through. I think with the catalogue, I would say it's better, you absorb it better, I think, from like a physical book or like catalogue than you do when you're looking at it online. That's my personal opinion, but yeah, anyway, my point was the Imaginext still goes for pretty decent money. Like, for a small set, you're still talking at least 30 quid. For a larger set, 40, 50, 60. So if you can get Imaginext for a few quid from the charity shops, then great. Yeah, and then for figures, because a lot of the time you get these Imaginext sets, but there's no figures. You can find them in charity shop kind of like bargain buckets and rummage kind of boxes and stuff like that. The car boot sales. There's nearly always like a couple of Imaginext figures mixed in with all this stuff. So you can just buy them. It doesn't really matter what it is. It doesn't, like this one of those sets I've got is Batman, but I could stick any figure with it and it'll still do okay. Okay, so just a quick look at the stuff I bought. So this is one of the Imaginext items that I purchased. This one, not too good. Not too good on this one. I wouldn't pick this up. Even if you get it for like 50p or £1, not really worth it. It's only worth about £10. This one, though, is worth good money. Generally speaking, the Batman ones are worth pretty good money, almost always. No figures, but I have some figures to put with. This is a rarer one. I've never actually had this one before, but it sold for about £18-20. And these I picked up a few days previous, and I got all 13 for £5. And I've been selling them on eBay between £5 and £6.85 each. Recently sold the last one. So good little profit on them. It's one of those random things, really. I probably wouldn't pick them up. I wouldn't go out my way to pick them up, but I was there and they were there and I just bought them in the end. And then I had a quick stop off at Smith's Toys. I was looking at all the Lego. My son loves Lego. I love Lego too, but he loves it more than I do, definitely. I got him this advent calendar, which was pretty cool. Some of these advent calendars can be worth a bit of money if you're willing to kind of buy a few and then keep them for a couple of years or longer and then sell them around Christmas. They'll do pretty well. Maybe not pay full price, maybe wait till after Christmas and get them a little bit cheaper. And I was also stopping by to get a couple of retail arbitrage items, which I won't mention, obviously, but it's something that I sell overseas. I think it's something that's not rolled out across the globe yet. So, it's always people in other countries in Europe that tend to buy them. And then here we have the hair straighteners again. And guess what? The following day, or it might have been the day after that, I'm not sure. I think it was the following day, they had a load more. Well, they had a few more out on the shelf. And again, I was like, do you have any more? And I basically bought everything they had. So I think I bought 9 this occasion, and then I think I bought about 6 or 7 on the second occasion. So yeah, really, really good. They're not selling like I hoped they would sell, but give it time, they'll go. They're brand new sealed. So that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you've not done already. Leave a comment down below. Yeah, let me know what you think of this format rather than my usual with the music. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.